Hey guys, how are we all doing? I hope we are well. Welcome to all my lovely subscribers, old, new and in between. And if you've yet to subscribe, maybe this video might just change your mind. Are you sitting comfortably? Then let's begin. Welcome back guys. This is it. This is the final these little mini videos, videolettes, vlogettes. Anyway, I don't mind what you want to call them. I've gone through my goldens, my yellows and my greens into the blue. If you haven't watched any of those and you're wondering what I'm talking about, you might want to watch the very first video in this whole thing explaining why I've got all these teas next to me. I don't drink half of them, by the way. I'm not that mad on tea. I like it, but I'm not that mad. But I want to show you how you can achieve so many different colors just by doing a small combination of these. And I haven't even finished yet. I'm thinking about doing over dyeing. There's some other techniques I want to give a try to. I want to try dyeing tea in a different fabric that's been prepared in a different way. So this will not be the last of it. Trust me, will not be the last of it. So a bit windy outside. So we are in the purples. Now I've tried to order these in a way that I think works. I'm not sure I've got the right order yet, but anyway, so carrying on from the blue section, this is what hibiscus looks like when you put it in the tea, in the dye bath. By the way, I'm going to be putting some actual photos up because I'm still not convinced that you can see the colour truly. So I'm going to pop them in so you can see what I'm talking about. And all the information will be down below. I'll write all the combinations down. So don't you worry. If you can't understand my very rapid speaking, apologies. That's just me. But anyway, you'll know all the information you'll need will be listed down below in all the videos. So this is what hibiscus looks like. It's kind of a silvery blue. It's quite a subtle colour, really nice. Not what I want for right now. I need something a little bit stronger, but you can see where the blue comes into, and this is where you can achieve some greens. Previous video is with hibiscus. And then we kind of, this is where I lose the sort of track a little bit. So next one here is a blood orange. Isn't that quite pretty? It's like a lilac-y purple. Very nice. Now, what I can see, what you can't see, is that the fact that the colour, the dye is taken in slightly different ways, and you can see the weft and the warp of the fabric. Now, it kind of gives a slightly, when you look up really close, it gives it like a really sort of nice dimension to it, but from a distance, you probably can't see it. But what we might be able to see is how it's taken in different parts. It looks a little blotchy. Now, I don't mind that, and that can actually be quite an interesting kind of colour. It kind of gives something that's already on the body an extra bit of depth, but just be aware that it's not always easy to achieve the really good perfect solid colour. You may have to go for a second one, maybe even a third one if you want to get some proper solid blocks in there, which I might do. We shall see. But that is blood orange, and well, actually it's not, it says it's blood orange, it's not, it's hibiscus, rosehip are the two main colours in there. Here we have strawberry, raspberry and cranberry. Another lovely purple colour there. Another, it's silvering down. The main purples are kind of disappearing a little bit. That's the joys of red. I'm not sure how to fasten them, but I actually quite like them. Again, when you look at it sort of through the light, you can see that it's picked up the warp and the weft in different ways. It's very schlubby, but it's picked it up in different ways. So it's kind of giving a bit of a depth to it and a bit of a mottling effect, which is very nice. And as you can see, it's a slightly deeper purple. I decided to see what would Rooibos and blood orange look like. I'm not sure about this colour. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a strange grey purpley peach. It's a very unique colour. I will grant you that. If you dye some fabric and make a dress out of it, you are going to be the only person with this colourway. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but you know, you do you. I quite like the colour of it. It's just not maybe for me. When I first took this out of the dye bath, it looked really, really pretty. It looked like a really nice kind of dusky pink peach colour. It's silvered down a bit more, and like with the others, there's a slight tonage of the way that the dyes are taken in different ways. So if you keep seeing me looking out there, my cat's terrorising butterflies. Next is hibiscus. Oh, there you go. Hibiscus, chamomile and blood orange. I just fancied a change and see what maybe I could create a purple or blue or green. And I kind of got a strange pink. Again, it's taken in a very mottled way, and you might be able to see at the very top there, I actually put a piece of paper over it as I was trying to remind myself what I'd actually dyed. And it's actually strangely taken some of the purple off, and it's left this weird kind of almost acid green. Now that's something that might be interesting to try and play around with, getting some strange tie-dye colours coming in. I think that might be worth playing around with, especially if you've got the hibiscus, the blood orange and the chamomile. Give that a go. I decided again, whilst I was on there, to do with the blackcurrant, chamomile and hibiscus. Again, I was just kind of changing all the combinations here. I'll list all the combinations down in each video. And I still haven't finished all my combinations yet, and there's still some probably more teas I can try out and see what happens. Try out some different variations on infusions as well. But here we go, blackcurrant and blueberry, chamomile, hibiscus. Again, where I put the paper, I've managed to get the strange bit of acid green coming up, but this is a much more purpley colour than the last one. It's not doing too badly. Again, it's not maybe a colour. Maybe if you over dyed it with something else, you might be able to achieve a slightly stronger colour. But if you want to have a fun with some different, I don't know, pretend you're in an old-timey photograph and all the colours have seeped out over time on the picture, that might be an interesting project to do. I've got another small scrap here of the strawberry, cranberry and raspberry with the Rooibos, red bush. Again, it's a bit of a deeper colour, a bit more of an even spread. You can't really see, but I can see here that the warp on the left has been sort of picked out in different colours. Again, it's sort of slightly mottled. I'm not sure why, but it's interesting. Again, it's just a deeper colour from the previous one. So what you can do is you can do some really interesting shade work with very different combinations. Here we just got a plain old blackcurrant, blueberry and Echinacea and hibiscus. Now it's a purple, that's what I say, it's purple. And it hasn't silvered down too much. I don't know whether that's the hibiscus that's keeping it more stable. Because you'll see in a minute something else, how things can change. So this is a nicest purple. It's a little less mottled, a little less, it's more stable. But again, maybe if you want to kind of get a truer colour, you might want to do a second dye job. Now here we have just plain old blackcurrant and blueberry. Now if you watched the previous one, you might have heard me talk about the combination before. But you went, hang on a second, that's not that right colour. This is what happens when you wash it for a second time. All the redness disappears. Now, like I said, red is a notoriously hard colour to keep stable. If it's in your hair, you have to wash it in cold and it still runs out. If you put your socks in the whitewash, that's an argument there to settle later on. So red is not stable whatsoever, whether it's chemical or natural. So just be aware. So if you love this colour, and it is a lovely, lovely colour, think about what it is that you want to make out of it. And if you need to have it washed, you might have to find different colours or maybe go to a chemical dye. I'm not saying these are any better than chemical dyes, by the way. I'm just trying a natural way just because I want to have a bit of fun and have some really good things to have to sort of play with. And with chemicals, it's a little bit harder. Now on to the final two. We have strawberry, cranberry, raspberry cranberry with Echinacea and hibiscus. It's a slightly darker again. Each one's a slightly more fibre, getting slightly darker. I think the hibiscus does seem to be more of a stabilising act. And I really like it. It's not what I want to use for right now, but I'm interested to see if I can get some of this kind of shot colourway, maybe in a silk. Because obviously you've got the shot two-tone silks that you have, the warp and the weft in different colours. Now I wonder what that would look like. I've got some ideas. Watch this space. And finally, we have the blueberry and blackcurrant, kind of blueberry, strawberry, raspberry and cranberry. And this is a nice deep colour. Now I should imagine if I wash this would silver out again, maybe be a slightly deeper blue. But if you say you're making a scarf or a bag, you could probably re-dye it quite easily every so often just to get the colour back. I'm making a dress with lace insertion. That isn't going to happen. So I have to be aware of that. But this is a really lovely colour and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It's a deeper, more mature purple. Is that such a thing? More royal, I guess. But yeah, that is it, guys. I have been able to achieve technically 31 different shades from just 11 different types of teas and infusions. Now, if that hasn't blown your mind, I don't know what will. I think there's probably plenty that will blow your mind that's more important than this. That is it, guys. Take care. Have fun. This has been a Crazy Cat Lady production. You've been watching an unoriginal idea. Ta-ta.